First up in the Freak Nation, definitely good to get this Freak Fave back in here. Now he's driving the big old Dodge with the captain, or Mr. Penske, as he says. Welcome back to the Freaks Pits, and I guess here's your official welcome into the Dodge family, A.J. Allmendinger. What's up there, Holmes?
What's up, guys?
We're just talking about you. You come out there, and you're up there at the top of the speed charts when you roll out of Daytona this afternoon.
Yeah, it was a good test overall. I felt like, the speeds there most of the time don't really matter, but it's always nice to get up there, and especially first time in the car, get Shell Pennzoil up front, get the two Dodge cars up front. So it was fun. I felt like just working with the race team, all the stuff that when you're with the team for a while you take for granted, just getting fitted in the car, the way the seat feels, the way the pedals fit, just stuff like that. You forget and you just take for granted that you got to go work on that once you get there. So it was a lot of fun just at Daytona, hanging with the guys and getting a chance to work with Brad and really starting to build a communication there. And like I said, the lap times really don't mean anything, but it's fun for the first time to get in the race car and get the old Shell Pennzoil Dodge up front. And I like to say put up that sponsor lap just so it looks good.
A.J. Allmendinger, you were at the Roar before the 24 in the sports cars, I believe. At least you're going to be in the Rolex 24 race at the end of the month. Did that give you a head start to be ready for the track and the speed and just getting the rust off after a few weeks out of the car?
Well, I pretty much lived in Daytona the last month. I've been racing go-karts, been testing the Grand Am car there with Cup testing now, and going back there in 2 weeks. So I'm a racer. I just love racing something. So I've tried to make my off-season as full as possible racing something. So I feel like kind of during the winter and everything that's happened and everything that I've been in, kind of trying to stay fit and just more than anything, just have fun racing. That I'm relaxed, I'm loose, and I feel like this off season has been, obviously, it's probably been the best one I've ever had. So it's been good. So I can't wait to really get everything started here in 2 weeks.
A.J. Allmendinger, driver of the Dodge Double Deuce. Let's go back to something you said just a little bit ago, saying, hey, wait, I can't compare myself to Kurt Busch yet until I win and make the chase. I want to kind of evaluate that. Is it really that important to actually win and or make the chase in racing these days? Racing has gone so much more to the other side of just being entertainment. Look at Dale Jr. He doesn't have to win. He still has a gazillion fans.
Yeah, I mean, for me it is. That's why I race. I'm not out there to try to be just popular and just keep a job. I mean, I've always raced because I love to win, and I used to win a lot. I think people forget that I won in everything that I got in until I got to the Sprint Cup Series. So for me it's critical, and I feel like for the last 5 years I've worked so hard. I've clawed, I've scratched, I've done everything I've had to do to try to stay in the sport, to get this opportunity to be with an organization like the Penske organization, to help myself take my career to the next level in Sprint Cup Series. I mean, I missed the chase by one spot last year. I finished 15th in points. The next step is to win races and make the chase. And with the sponsor like Shell Pennzoil, they haven't had slackers in the car when it comes to being talented. It would between Kurt, then Kevin Harvick before. I mean, those are guys that have won championship, won races, been in the chase every year. So, yeah, I think it is critical. It's critical for me. It's critical for the sponsorship. And, yeah, off the racetrack, you still got to do the right things because it's more important than ever to do those types of things. But in the end, for me, it's about winning. And that's what I have to do this season to take myself to the next level.
A.J. Allmendinger, flying those Shell Pennzoil colors, and that Dodge joins us here in the Speed Freaks pits. A.J., when you got to the team, first time you were there at the track, was it just foreign to you when you were so used to rolling into the number 43 and the Best Buy pits? Was it like, man, this is just strange?
Honestly, it's strange, like rolling through the garage or sitting on pit lane and watching the 43 car go by on the racetrack. It's still a little bit strange to see all my crew guys, and that was tough about it. Obviously, when it came to the decision to go to the Penske organization, looking at everything, it was a no-brainer. But it was still hard because I had built such a great relationship with my team at RPM. I loved my crew guys. Greg Irwin, I felt like the last half of the season we were really working well together when he came to RPM, and we built up a great friendship. So it was still difficult. So it was a little weird seeing those guys and seeing the car go by. But I know that I'm at a great place. I know that I'm at a place right now that I can go out there and consistently have a chance to win, and the team's stable. There's money's not hurting. The sponsorship's there on the race cars. There's all positives about the race team. So I know I'm in a better place, but it was still hard, and it's still kind of strange to see it.
Brad Keselowski's already said he enjoys your positivity in the car, whether that's a subtle jab at Kurt or you can read between the lines yourself. But it already sounds like you and Keselowski are hitting it off nicely.
Yeah, I'm trying really hard to go there and build a good relationship with him, just because it's his race team. I mean, I'm coming in as the new guy, and yeah, we want to be treated as equals, and the Penske organization does that. It's not like he's the lead driver and I'm getting the secondary stuff. Everything is equal in the shop. All the info is shared. When the car's being built, it's not a 2 car, it's not a 22 car, it's just the next car being built to whatever race team that goes to. But with that said, he's still the guy there. He took the team to the next level. He won races, made the chase, was contending for the championship. So, yeah, to go there and have a great working relationship, it was important to me before I got there. I called him when all these talks started and wanted to know what he needed in a teammate, what he was looking for. So I felt like at Daytona, it's a perfect place to really start a relationship, because you got to draft together. With the 2-car tandem thing, you're still out there working together. So yeah, and for me, there's going to be a lot of pressure. I'm going to put a ton of pressure on myself, knowing that this is a championship contending, a race winning, a chase team. So I know I'm going to put a lot of pressure on myself to get there, but at the same point, I'm going to try to have more fun than ever. And it's fun to be around the guys. Everybody's so positive at the race shop. Everybody's happy to be there. There's nobody mad there. It's a fun place to be around. So it makes it easy to show up and have some fun.
When all these talks were going on, meaning, here in the offseason, back in December, you called Keselowski. You reached out to him to see what he wanted in a teammate. That's interesting to me. So as this is going on, you're not just talking to Roger Penske, you're talking to your potential future teammate. That was your idea, wasn't it?
Well, yeah. I mean, he has the keys to the car. I mean, it's his race team. He did so many good things for the race team to take that team to the next level. So, yeah, I mean, it's important. And I feel like if you can have a good relationship with your teammate, that it's only going to make both race teams stronger. I want to go out there and yeah, there's no secret. Do I want to beat Brad Keselowski every weekend? Of course. I mean, it's your teammate. That's who you're up against when you're pulling into that shop. Of course, I want to go out there and beat him, but I want to go out there and beat him battling for the win. I don't want to go out there, beat him, and finish 19th and 20th. I've always joked around and say, all that does is get you both fired. That's not a good thing. So, I want to go out there and beat Brad, but I want to do everything off the racetrack to try to make us both better, and vice versa, and make the two teams better and make them stronger. So we're both out there trying to win races together, and if we're battling for the win, then that's only great for the organization.
A.J. Allmendinger flying those Dodge colors for the Sprint Cup Series in NASCAR. And when you lost a ride in the 43, how long of a gap was it before you knew or you even felt like you had another ride, A.J.?
Well, I think there's a correction there, man. I never lost the ride. That's what I think kind of got confused in all this. I was never let go from the car and had to find another car. And everybody asked if I was stressed about it. It's like, no, because the whole time I was under contract and I was in the 43 car. I think people kind of get confused on how it all happened, but it was really the fact that RPM and Richard Petty himself, they knew what situation they were in. They were the ones that knew it the best. I mean, I knew kind of looking at the team, and they were waiting on Best Buy and what they were going to do. But I knew sponsorship-wise that they were looking around, and they didn't really have a lot of things happening at that point. They were trying hard to make it happen, but in fact, that Richard Petty was the one that called Mr. Penske himself and said, "Hey, we're struggling here a little bit," and to Richard's credit and knowing what a great guy he is and what he's done for me in the last 3 years, he called him and say, "We want AJ, but we might not be able to make this happen right now for him. So we want to find a great home for him. You got the 22 car open. Would you be willing to even talk to him?" And Mr. Penske, fortunately for me, said, heck yeah, we'd like to talk to him. So that's how the ball kind of started rolling. So it wasn't the fact that I was sitting there going, oh my God, I don't have a ride again in the off season. I had a ride the whole time. At one point it was 2 cars that were being looked at. I had the 43 and I had the 22. So it was never a tough thing during the off season for me.
That's incredible. I had no idea, and I don't think I've read that anywhere, AJ. That's why I threw it out there. So thanks for clearing that up, you happy bastard. Wow.
Hey, I know you never really have your facts straight, so I got to help you out. Facts are always on it, so I got to help you out as much as possible.
Quickly, AJ Allmendinger, do you like the 2-car draft setup? There was a lot of consternation this weekend about whether or not the drivers are going to stay with it. NASCAR is going to change it. They're going to do something different. Do you like the way it is now, or would you rather have the big pack racing?
I hate the 2-car draft, honestly. I've never liked it. I never thought I'd really say I miss big pack drafting, but the problem with the 2-car draft is that's just it. You need somebody to be helping you, and you can't do it on your own. And yes, to a certain degree, in big pack drafting, you can't do it on your own either. But with the 2 cars, you got somebody that you need to have locked to your bumper. And at the end of the race, that's when it gets crazy, because we're still 4 or 5 wide. But now we got guys attached to our bumpers, and nobody's lifting because they know that you need to be helped to get through the pack and make a move. So NASCAR, I will say, is doing a good job. They're trying hard to do anything they can to get this 2-car tandem away. They know fans don't like it. Most of the drivers don't really like it. So they're doing good jobs to try to do everything they can to take it away. In the end, I'm not sure how the Daytona 500 is going to play out. I guess we'll really see more during the Bud Shootout, during the duels. To me, I think to a certain degree we will have pack racing because the cars overheat so quick now. But in the end, I still think the winner is going to be coming from the guy that's got somebody locked to his bumper and breaks away from the pack and is able to 2-car tandem in the line. I think that's how you're going to finish the race. It's just whether during the race now that we get a big pack, because the guys can't really be locked up because they're going to overheat. And when you do that, you quickly lose water out. And once you do that, you're just going to hurt the motor. So that's kind of how I think it's going to play out.
A Freak Nation fave, A.J. Allmendinger, going to be wearing those white pressed shirts and black pants.
But does it matter, though, as long as you still got the panty dropper cocktails?
There it is.
That's true. All I'm going to look is fancier. I'm just going to be even more dressed. I mean, really, by making this move, it just gives me more opportunity to show my skills with the ladies, because I'm going to be dressed better every day.
Oh my!
However, you will never be sexier than Kenny Sargent.
Something like that. I don't know. I do have better hair, though. I know that.
Well, it helps when you're 20 years younger.
A lot less gray, for sure. I know that.
All right, man. We're happy for you. We're proud of what you've done, the way you've handled this, man. Go get him. All right?
Thank you, guys. My pleasure. Hopefully, we'll be talking a lot during the year.
Yes.
You bet. Hey, with Dodge as a partner in the Freak Nation, you know we will.
I love that.
All right, dude. See ya.
Cool. See you, guys.
All right, A.J. Allmendinger.